is Pencil Wolf, and I'm here today with a very naked Anne in order to do a body review because that's something I promised a long time ago and never got around to. The reason why I'm doing this body review today is because I also have received my Minifee Celine. So I've gotten a chance to play with a different doll. I gave her face up, and the eyes are by BJD Love, I think 101 on Instagram. I don't know if she's selling them now because she apparently has some issues with separation between the resin, but they're super cute. So this is she, and I think Matilda shall be her name, but don't quote me on that because it changes like every week. It was Daphne and now it's Matilda. Wearing a rug, and I don't know how to say that. I didn't say that. Wearing a corset. She's so beautiful. I love it. Anyway, she is the reason why I'm doing this body review, because that is of course the Minifee A-line body. Which is renowned for its posability. Well, I don't know about that. First off, I'm going to say that the Kid Delf Multi-Body is a good poser. At least from what I can do, she can, well, I guess I'll first just start off with the head. The head cap is simple magnets to pop on and pop off. There is no like lock mechanism at all between the head cap and the head. If you fling the head far enough, the head cap might fall off, but I doubt it because the magnets are actually really strong. Though there is this lip around the head cap. This is, however, different from my Kiwi head, who has this oblong shape here, this weird shape, but she too has the magnets and it pops right on. Okay, so inside the head, among the masses of eye putty, it is a simple S-key mechanism that will keep the head on and off. There is a notch, if you can see, that keeps the S-hook in place. Now I will preface, God, I don't know English. I will go ahead and say before anything else that I have not restrung her at all. So I do not know how many of the issues I have with this body are due to stringing and how many are due to the actual engineering of the body. So next, range of motion. She cannot look up at all. That's it. She can, however, look down quite well. She can tilt her head side to side quite well. And, you know, turn all over the place. As for her slouching ability, she has two ledges. She can slouch this much quite comfortably. Hold on. She can slouch this much quite comfortably if I can get shit on the ledge. There is a ledge, see, that it hooks into place. But you can also go this far. But I don't recommend it because it's really laying on just a thin little shelf there. If I can, my light can get out of the way. So I don't feel comfortable doing that because it also pops really easy and I'm afraid of breaking my doll. She can also look back quite nicely, but there is no ledge to go any further. This is it. I mean, you cannot lay her on her stomach, especially confined with the fact that she can't look up. Next, her arms. One of the things that the multi-body has are notches, oops, goodness, are notches in a ball right there on the socket. So, theoretically, you can put her arms in all sorts of different poses and she will hold them. Her arms are my biggest problem with this body, because there's just really no posability with them. You can keep them up like this, as high as they'll go up, but you can't really do anything in between. Her arm just snaps right into place. So it's basically either straight out or straight out this way, and that's it. Anything I've tried to do snaps into place. I don't know how well Kips would help with this because of the nubby part lock mechanism in her arm. I have not tried them, but I am looking into trying them because it's really annoying, especially compared to the minifee body, whose leg posing isn't all that great, but the arm posing is fabulous. So next, the elbows. She does have a floating peanut there. It is very square. It is a very square double joint. It's not very natural looking, and it is a pain to pull out. There. Because you do have to pull out it. You cannot just, it doesn't naturally go at all. Okay, again, I don't know how much Kips would help. The other problem I have with her arms, she likes to have two positions, ramrod straight, 90 degrees, and very little in between. Occasionally I'll catch her to get a nice, almost, but slightly bent. Any farther, and it pops. So overall, the posing in her arms is, in my opinion, poor, but I, one, have high standards, and two, don't have any experience with any other bodies. So I'm going off of what pictures I've seen and what I've heard. Now her hands, she can move them decently. That's down. That's up. She can hold them up very well. And decent side-to-side motion, though, like, not really, because, I mean, you can't even move your hand side-to-side either, really. So that, sorry, my camera's complaining at me. So that is her arms. Now, her legs. Her legs are strung separately. Can see there, which I don't know if that helps with posing at all, but that's how it's done. I think her legs may need to be tightened, honestly, but she can go up, default down, and no side-to-side movement, none of this happening really. As far as she can go. But I don't think that's a problem. Now her thigh joint is a mobility joint. It has notches there, see? See, there's a slight clicking as I rotate her leg around. The added feature to that is that you can pull it out for holding her leg to her chest, which does sometimes work. Her leg is slightly too long to be able to do that though. And if she wasn't floating in the sky by my hand, you would see what I mean. So yeah, I like this joint a lot. You can do a lot of really interesting poses with it. I don't know if I have any pictures of some really interesting poses, but I've done odd things like make her, like on her knees, kind of. I don't know, some weird poses. It's really cool. So I think the company website has some cool pictures of showing off this particular joint. Now her legs, they are slightly kicky. I don't know if that is because of posing or because of her joints, or not posing, sorry, stringing, or because of her joints. It too, hold on here dearie, it too is a floating blocky peanut joint. Some people like it, some people don't. Again, you have to really pull the peanut out of the leg, but her leg can go all the way back, and it stays. It holds pretty well, unless I really flail her like I just did. And again, that can help give you some interesting poses, like on her knees or to the side. I think that's the suwarako? I don't know. It's one of those. It's a Japanese word. The cutesy legs splayed out pose. There's not much I have to really say about her knees, other than I like them aesthetically. They're a little bit kicky, but I think they could help with some kits. They too like to be 90 degrees or ramrod straight. That's like a theme going on with this body. There's not a lot of tooth to her that keeps her in poses. That may be stringing. Now her feet are a little bit odd. Oops, don't pinch me. If I were her, I wouldn't like this either. Her feet, they're two parts. You see? There is a band of elastic that goes around that hook, and then there's this cap that keeps it on. I guess if you wanted to wear high heel feet on your kid Delf, this would be a pain in the butt to change. I think so. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it'd be easier. Maybe easier. I don't have experience with changing feet. But she has okay motion. That's down. That's up. Side. To side. I think good motion for feet. Now aesthetically, I like this body a lot. I wish that she came with different bust sizes. This is the only bust size that they have for the multi-body, and it's quite large, at least for me. It's quite large. So not really a fan of that. Although I think she has a really cute, sorry, my hands might be a little bit, I don't know. She had a little bit of dirt on her butt, but I think her back is very nice. I like her proportions. They're a little bit kitty. They're definitely chunky, but they're bulk size. So, essentially, if it's meant to fit MST size, like the legit MST bulk sizing, it will fit her. I think even the bust, even though I believe is a little bit large, but she looks very nice, I think. I like the body, and I'm glad that I didn't really go with the other body. I'm glad I went with the multi-body. As for standing, she stands like a champ. Stands like a rock. I plop her down, I can mess her all up. Put her legs down straight. She stands. I mean, she stands, and like, I'm wobbling my desk right now. She doesn't move. I can try, but she doesn't really move unless her legs kick. But I have her standing in heels when she has flat feet. I've had her standing in heels and she won't flop over. So she's very sturdy stander. She's a very solid doll. She has a lot of weight to her, a lot more than my mini fee. Like, she's very solidly built. There are a couple of seam lines, so she's a little bit shiny because she wasn't, I don't believe, sanded a whole bunch. There's seam lines along her tummy and along her shoulder. Try to show you this as best as I can. They're not a problem for me. I don't mind them. Overall, LUTS is a good company to work with. They were very fast shipping out my doll. This is the event head, so I did order like 2 wigs and from a base doll, and I was able to get an event head. Very pleased, very nice all around, and I'm really glad. I just love her bunches. So that is pretty much it for a review of the Delf body. I will get her back dressed, and maybe I'll give you a little update. So I hope this was helpful. I know there hasn't been a lot of information about the Delf multi-bodies yet, though there have been a couple of comparison pictures. So maybe if you're looking to buy the multi-body, like I was, being a first-time doll owner and a little bit confused, maybe this will help. So, thank you. Bye.